Much better. All right.
Nice setup here.
This is all right. This is all right. Hold on. Let me get the chat ready. Welcome to another episode of Smash Times Lead Therapy on location in an undisclosed location in northern Michigan.
Very undisclosed, actually.
Is this technically northern Michigan?
Yes.
All right, so says we're live. Let me look at the chat, guys. Uno momento, please.
Well, you're really good at this, by the way.
I try. Oh, look. I look less fat.
You're really good at this, by the way.
I try. Oh, look. I look less fat. Oh, let's mute that. There we go. Nice. Let's see who's in the chat. We got Fluffy. Brandon, you are in Michigan. Yes, I am in Michigan this weekend. I'm in northern Michigan.
And all he did was complain about how cold it is.
Yeah, it's pretty cold.
No, it's not, actually.
It was pretty chilly.
It's 45 degrees.
It's pretty cold. Brandon, what's up? In crew, what's going on? Brett J, what's going on? Hey, Zeus, what's up, man? There's no way for me to highlight comments because I'm going off of just regular YouTube. It's not StreamYard. So we're going to do a little Ask Me Everything. Oh, in case you don't know, this is Dan, the Firearm guy, our special mystery guest. And this is his Deagle. We're not touching it, YouTube. Fluffy said, yesterday was 70 and sunny here in Michigan.
True.
What area would you consider this area?
Well, we're 10 miles from Lake Huron, so this is northeastern Michigan.
Northeastern Michigan. All right. What's in the cup? That is a very good question, Armored Ghost. It is...
chocolate milk.
Yes. This is chocolate milk. We've been cheersing with chocolate milk. So let's do an Ask Me Anything. If you have any gun questions that you need an absolute expert, this is the guy. Not me. This is the guy. So if you have any gun questions, this is the man. See, Fluffy said he was up that way today. Nice. Hey, what's up? Says Lake Huron is great. I actually have a lot of people in here that are from Michigan, the Michigan area.
There's a lot of gun people in Michigan, actually. There is a huge community within communities throughout Michigan. Like if this area and even back downstate, there are a good example of this would be where I live downstate. There are within 10 miles probably 8 gun shops, and they're building another one right now. So there's a huge market for gun sales, range usage, and many other things. You know, it's an area of gun fans, and I love it.
Jesus has one question. What did you guys think of the election results?
Oh boy, Jesus, you're killing me, man. One thing that I learned from this, and I'm going to give a little bit of my personal opinion. I am 100% pro-life, and I learned that many Americans are more interested in abortion than they are with the damage that has been done with the economy, with inflation, with foreign relations, with energy. I believe that this country has been damaged so much in 2 years. It is insurmountable how we have gotten this bad this quick. But the abortion issue took precedent over this election, and it is of my opinion personally that matters more, which is heartbreaking to me personally. That matters more than the state of the country, which is in a horrible condition.
Yeah. I kind of have a little bit different take. I firmly believe that most Americans are complete morons, and they just vote because they get told how to vote. And if you look at Florida, for instance, You know, he won. DeSantis won by 0.4% 4 years ago. Barely won. Skin of his teeth, barely won. He cleaned up the voter rolls. He got rid of all the mail-in ballot BS, and now he won by a solid 20 points. And I don't care what your policies are. There's no way he can win by 20 plus points in 4 years. So I think if Michigan or if even Texas, I think if they just cleaned up their voter rolls and got rid of all the deceased people voting and all this last minute BS, Arizona still counting ballots, bull hockey. I can say bull hockey, right?
Yeah.
Bull hockey. Bull hockey. I think it would be a Republican or conservative sweep across the board. I think the mail-in ballots is destroying the election integrity in this United States.
And
But let's get some gun questions. How are the election going to affect guns in Michigan?
oh, now that's a hot topic because for the first time in a long time, we have a Democrat governor and a Democrat House and a Democrat Senate. And so this is yet to be seen. It's going to affect in a bad way. Nothing good can come from this scenario. So what we have here is people who favor red flag laws. I am 100% against. We have people here who favor magazine bans and pistol grips and barrel shrouds and everything else. So how is it going to happen? It's a touchy subject because, as I just mentioned, we have a huge gun industry here. And we have many people, many. I would put Michigan up against any state in terms of guns and ammo and gear and everything that drives the economy. Now, our last Democratic governor stayed away from guns. As much as I disliked her as well, she didn't touch guns. She understood it. These people now are feeling the power, and they have the power, the government power anyways, and they're going to have a lot of resistance, a ton of resistance. Also, Michigan is a militia state. We've got 6 or 7 organized militias. The media has really done a hack job on militias to a degree that it's a disgrace. The militias provide services that are positive for communities. They are wonderful people, incredible people, very patriotic.
And the good thing is most militias have at least 3 FBI agents in each one. So
I consider joining. If there was one more local to where I live in my primary house, I would be a part of that militia. They meet, they work with law enforcement, they provide security, they train together. They do a lot of positive things that you and I do already. But because they're labeled under militia, the media and the politicians have a field day with them. We have a lot of that going on in Michigan. Excellent people, excellent organizations. They're patriotic. They do what they can to protect their community, and they rise up when we start hearing infringements upon the Second Amendment. So there's a lot more than just a bunch of suits and skirts making laws and saying we hold the power and that's that. There's going to be some major resistance, and I will be a part of that as well.
let's check the chat. Let's see. Fluffy says he's up this part.
He's up this area?
Fluffy's in Michigan. He's up here a couple times a week.
Oh, wow.
Ross77 says he's from Kalamazoo. Where's Kalamazoo?
Kalamazoo is west of Detroit, Ann Arbor. It's like somewhat in the middle of the state, closer to Grand Rapids. Nice area. Western Michigan is in Kalamazoo. A little bit west of Lansing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Brandon Hearn says Holland, Michigan. Nice.
Holland that's on the west side.
Oh, and we have a gun question. Jeremiah says, what's your opinion on a Mossberg Shockwave for home defense with a brace and fully decked out?
Love it. Love it. I've got the Shockwave 590, the new edition. Takes those mini slugs. I tell you, those mini slugs are no joke. You put some of that buckshot in a mini slug, and I actually did a spread test on the channel and showed the various spreads with birdshot and buckshot and everything. But and I don't want it. You asked about the gun. I love it.
Would you put a laser on it?
No. I'm not a laser guy personally.
But on a Shockwave, I think that'd be kind of cool. I mean, just
It would be intimidating to somebody breaking in your house, but and people like it for low light conditions. Personally, but what we don't see with the laser, for those who actually use them, is that it shakes a lot
I shake a lot.
because as humans we tend to shake a lot, and if we're nervous, it shake even more. So I love the shockwave. I love the TAC 14 and the TAC 13 that Remington had, but I think the shockwave is great. And my opinion, it's a great home defense shotgun.
nice. In the chat, we got Dale Funduck, my man. He's another California refugee recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love that guy. Randy Adams, nice to see you in here, Randy. I'm glad you got the notice. Philly Patriots. Sorry about the World Series, buddy. David Phillips. David Phillips says heard Beto is moving to Michigan. Maybe.
Well, we don't need them because you've heard of Pete Buttigieg.
Oh,
And he moved to Michigan.
did he?
Yeah,
He's the
he
worst.
moved to northern Michigan.
He was
on
a
the west
transportation secretary that was on a
like
honeymoon for
3
9
months.
months. 9 months.
side. 9 months.
He's gone.
And here we have a crisis in the what do they call that? The problem in the what was that? It's not coming to me now, but we had a crisis with his department, and he was gone. Now, it is of my opinion that if you're working for the government, you don't have a 2-week honeymoon. You just don't have that. You have recess when the government has recess, but you have to work constantly.
Yeah.
And he didn't do that. It wasn't actually a honeymoon. It was he adopted a couple kids and stayed with his hubby during that time.
Yeah.
And supply chain crisis. That's what I was trying to think.
We had the craziest supply chain crisis in the last 50 years, and the guy was MIA. Philly Patriot says, my 2 favorite YouTubers in one place. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Armored Ghost says, why can't AZ and Nevada count votes? It's because they got to find the right votes. That's what I think. I think they need to find the correct votes, and then they'll finish counting like Wednesday.
One of the things we also learned, if this was a election based on integrity, if we actually believe the results, which I struggle with big time as well,
Nope.
is that the polling was so far off to the degree that Trump and Clinton type of polling was way off. If this was a election of integrity, then the pollsters had it way off because this was supposed to be a red wave. The problem is many of us fell for that. We said this is what's going to happen, and we looked at the polls. We saw that, hey, this is going to be a red wave. And then when it didn't happen, we were shocked and upset and pretty tearful, actually, because Democrats have a wonderful way of ruining a country. And they did that in the last 2 years, and it could only get worse. Now, the thin little silver lining is that the Republicans are on their way of taking the House. That has to happen. We need to fire Nancy Pelosi, get her out of there. She is horrible.
How is she still, like, alive?
She keeps going. She keeps going. She lives a plush life.
She's getting baby stem cells injected right into her face all the time. What's Up says Whitmer said she wants to ban mags over 10 rounds. Oh, my God.
Whitmer is so bad. She is such an evil person.
She's kind of hot.
What?
I'm kidding. I just wanted to see her
Come
face.
on now. I'll tell you, her opponent was, she's definitely not. I just look at an evil person when I see her.
Yeah.
I have trouble listening to her talk. Try not to do that again, please.
I want to get kicked out. Let's see. Fluffy. Cordell Moser says hello. What's up, buddy? Dave says Dan the man is my guy.
Thank you.
Mr. H says 2 of my favorites. Appreciate it. Armored Ghost says Smash Time's right. Militias have always been on the Fed watch list. They are. I mean,
I think it's a disgrace the way they have demonized militias. These are great people who do nothing more than what we do, except for they organize and they work with law enforcement. Now, what's wrong with that? And then you get somebody out in some Hobonktown and somewhere else in the U.S., they take that footage and say, well, this is what the militia is, and people hear the word militia, and they have a preconceived notion of what's going on, and it's completely false. They know nothing about it. All they know is what they see on their TV, and
Yeah.
the media drives this negative force against militias. The politicians do the same because they don't know anything. They just know what people tell them and what they watch on TV. Nobody ever took the opportunity to meet them. Well, I'll tell you what, I have, and they are phenomenal people. And they come to the rallies and they support everybody who believes in the Second Amendment. And they do so with rifles hanging across their body. And you know what? Good for them.
Right. Let's see. What's up says Oakland County here. Fluffy says I was getting ready to buy 80 acres in Alpena, but not sure.
Alpena is about an hour and a half north of here.
Fluffy says he lives in Ypsilanti. Sorry.
Ypsilanti.
Yeah, that one.
Ypsilanti, right next to Ann Arbor,
Yeah.
between Ann Arbor and Belleville.
Mike McClune is in here. Rebel 115. Man. Ribel says, what are the ammo prices looking like for 223-556 up here? You know what's funny? We just went to a Cabela's.
Yep.
And it's a little bit more expensive up here than in Houston. Again, like I tell everybody, go online, go to AmmoSeek, find a good place. Just buy it online if you can. Buy in bulk.
I have something to say about that, though. We went to Cabela's, which is a big box store. Not the greatest example of ammo prices. It's always inflated.
Right.
And in northern Michigan, this was in Saginaw, so it's a more populated community, but in northern Michigan, the ammo is spread out. You can compare it to gas prices. You're going to pay more up here than you would where the population is higher. Well, the same goes with ammo. So it wasn't a great example, but in terms of 223, I'm pretty upset because we were talking today at Cabela's that the box used to be $5, $6, and we used to think that was expensive. That same box is double now.
Yeah, that Patriot. I used to pay $5.99 or $6.99 for that box, and I would complain the whole way to the register, like, 20 rounds for $7. What a ripoff! And today it was $15.99.
We used to laugh at a box of 9mm for $11. You know, I could get that at Walmart for $7.50.
Laser brass was $8.99.
Yeah,
in California.
And now if we saw it, we'd be loading up carts.
Oh, and I know it. Let's see, Mike McClune, Jeff W. Hey, Smash, look at shooting video. I was missed coming out to those. Yeah, Jeff, you missed that last one. Hey, you know what I should do? I should just start a Houston militia with the Smash Time. Just call it Smash Time Militia.
If you're going to start a militia, you'd be good at it because you're an expert networker. You reach out to people and you gather people together, so you'd be good at it, but you have to get law enforcement involved to become credible. And so you heard me say that twice. Let me just take a minute to explain because I'm so tired of people demonizing militias. Let's say you live in a small community, Middletown, America.
Right.
And you have your county fair. Well, the county fair brings in people from all over the place. You got the rides, you have the games, you have the food, you have all this going on, but you have people from all over the place. You have plainclothes militias, people, spread out throughout with radios. You have somebody over by the Johns that may be next to a forest where somebody could get abused. You have somebody over by the money transfers where they're taking the money, emptying their cash drawers. You have somebody over there protecting that area. You have somebody in the parking lot where law enforcement typically isn't. And all these people have a communication to the sheriff or the state police who are there, and they work in combination to keep the people of that community safe. Now, if some politician could tell me what's wrong with that, I would certainly like to have that debate because they provide a service for their communities. And when I hear how horrible they are and how they want to overthrow the government, it's certainly not true. They will show up at rallies and they will speak their mind when it comes to infringements on the Second Amendment, no different than you or I or the people watching would do. That's a good thing. But they're phenomenal people. They're not looking to overthrow the government. They're looking to protect their communities and protect their rights. And I think that is what we all should strive to do.
All right, there's a couple questions in the chat, and I agree 100%. Without touching that, what model 50 Desert Eagle is that? 50 AE.
Okay, so you're going to catch me on all the model numbers. I wish I had that offhand because I do have more than just this one. I will say in 2008, I want to say they came out with the stainless model. Now, you may see others that look like this. They were either Cerakote or nickel plated. This is stainless. This is the first one, and not necessarily not this model, but this was the first time they came out with a complete stainless. They also added the first time an integrated muzzle compensator. Okay, and that actually helps decrease recoil quite a bit. Still has the rubber grip, still has the 6-inch barrel, still has the dual recoil spring, still is piston driven. So this Desert Eagle holds a special place in my heart because it was my first Desert Eagle. It was the first one in stainless, integrated barrel bushing, and I love it. And when you put that sight on target, equal height, equal light, it shoots dead nuts. This is in 50 AE. I've got another one in 44 Magnum and two others in 50 Action Express. And I'm just a fan. People say it's a novelty. Well, perhaps so, but that 50 AE is no joke. And if you've never tried it, I highly encourage it.
So Andrew S. has the comment of the night. He says, Tudor Dixon is a smoke show.
Well, Andrew, I saw Tudor live
in
Taylor, Michigan. I got there early and I was front row. She's certainly pretty, but more importantly, her ideas were so much better than Whitmer. If she had the governor's office, things would go in a completely opposite direction. Sort of like when Trump got in there after Obama. He went in a completely opposite direction, and we saw the results. We saw it within the economy, with energy, with foreign relations, and so many other areas.
Yeah.
So businesses expanded, and she was looking to do that. Nobody could tell me one thing Whitmer did to make Michigan a better place. Nobody can do that. Nobody can say one thing that Biden did to make the U.S. a better place. But we can say a lot of what conservatives have done to make the country and the state a better place. So,
I'm really rooting for Fetterman 2024.
Oh, come on now. You said you were going to do that anymore.
All right, let's see. We do have some questions. Jesus says, what do you guys think is the best hammer fire pistol?
Well, CZ's got to be up there. See, you know, the CZ75 has been modeled after so many times from different manufacturers. Everybody, and they plainly say this is a CZ patterned style handgun, and the 75 models have set the standard for hammer fired handguns, and they're also used in militaries and law enforcement all throughout the country. There was once a time CZ was a $400 gun in the U.S., believe it or not, and then with very fine marketing and people getting the word out that the CZ is a phenomenal handgun, it's become very popular. And I think I stand with a lot of people who say the CZ Shadow 2 and some of the other higher end models are some of the best out there.
What's that one model? The ALD1, ALD01? It's a 75, but it's like the frame is super thick in the front. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, you got me on that one. I'm not sure.
It's all the juice talking.
Chocolate milk.
Do you reload? Dale Funduck wants to
know. No, that's interesting. Good question. It was always something I was going to do, and then time slipped away. And then I realized in order to take that up, which I would love to do, but it's weird because when ammo is plentiful and prices are down, it's cheaper to buy. But then when ammo gets scarce, the last people who are in trouble are the reloaders. But what we saw this last time, the last 3 or 4 years, is that the powders and the primers were hard to get, and they were in the same boat as everybody else. So no, I don't reload. I have a lot of friends who reload, helps me out quite a bit. but it's not something that I've ever taken the expense or time to learn.
If I shot something besides 9 millimeter, I would probably reload. Like if I shot like higher end rifle calibers, I'd probably reload just for those calibers. But
Well, you have to get dice for those.
it's so expensive to get into it now.
Yeah, yeah. You have to be willing.
If you already had all the equipment, you're good.
And you have to have the space available to do it. So if you're living in a cramped house, it's going to be difficult to do it. But if you're not, and you have the space, and you have the funds to do it, yeah, by all means. But it's a lot of trial and error. It's a lot of clicks without bangs at the range until you figure out your process. But once people get it down, they love it, and they would choose no other lifestyle, because that's what it turns into, is a lifestyle.
Jason says, thoughts on Gerson 1911? I know Smash gives the Gerson 2 thumbs up. I do. What is your thoughts?
And you just did. Never shot a Gerson 1911. I have shot one that I tried to move and nobody wanted it, so I still have it. I actually tried to trade him earlier today. It's not working. But Gerson makes great copies. They are made in Turkey. They are lower priced, and they do a pretty good job with what they do. They do fire. They are accurate. The 1911s I haven't shot, but if it's like an American-made 1911, I can firmly say I'm going to love it. Huge 1911 fan here.
Yeah.
There's something about the 1911 just screams USA on it, and I just have a little. I don't have a problem with Turkish guns, but Turkish 1911s,
Yeah.
it's just not as patriotic.
So what's up is he's trying to calculate where we are.
Well,
Because I'm guessing you guys are by Standish, Michigan. I have no idea where we are.
Yeah, we're actually a half hour north. But what's up? How is it that you are the first comment on every video I upload? Like, bro.
Yeah, he's got a talent. Is it
like,
you too?
Yes. Everyone first, and then he watches the video, then he comments on the video. So he comments first, and then he watches the video, then comments on the content. How does this guy do that?
I got a couple Smash Time hats. What's up? What time do you think we'll be back south on Sunday?
When we're done working.
8, 9.
Well, by the time, it depends. If he's near Standish, then he's not the one that says he's in Kalamazoo. That was like Fluffy or something.
I don't know.
Smash Time, where's your or not Smash Time. What's up? Where's your location?
Jason says, I live in AZ now, but originally from Saline, Michigan. Represent the mitten.
Yeah, Saline, right next to Ann Arbor and Dexter. Beautiful area out there. The problem with Saline now is that you're getting some of that liberal overflow from Ann Arbor into Saline, and then what happens is these people run for local elected office, and they bring that same liberal mentality from Ann Arbor to Saline and Dexter and other places. Then enough move there to get them elected, and the lifestyle that these people once knew has been shattered, much like the lifestyle we knew under Trump is shattered under Biden.
Yeah. Oh man, let's not talk about Trump. The last couple of days, he's just gone a little weird, but. Well, I'll give him a pass for the next week, and then after that,
I know. I just love Trump. I just love Trump, and I'm just a little.
I like his policies, but he's just going a little batty. So we were talking about reloading, and Dale goes, "I know some people because when he moved from California to Houston, he's got not a reloading mecca in his garage, and it's like every kind of die, So if I don't think I'd ever get in reloading, but I would probably go drink a bunch of beer with Dale." Give him everything and then watch him load as I feed him beers.
A good chance to learn.
Yeah.
My buddy Trees Blown is an expert reloader, and he does a phenomenal job. And when we go to the range, he often says, "No, shoot my stuff. I just reloaded it." And it's nice because he knows what he's doing. He's been doing it for years.
Right.
He keeps his process simple, and he has the time, the energy, and the equipment to keep it going. And I'm more than happy to give him my brass, and he does a great job with it, and a good friend too.
Yeah, hopefully I can meet him this weekend. Sounds like a nice guy.
Yeah, Sunday we're looking at.
Shooting Gallery, New England. What's up? Oh, Gort's in here. What's going on, Gort? Yeah, I don't know how what's up is always the first one to comment.
Yeah, what's up with that guy?
I think he has 2 cell phones, and we're always on YouTube.
Yeah, it must be. It's kind of cool though.
It is. I can always depend on him. When he actually, I think I emailed him once when I didn't see him for like a day or two, commenting. I was like, "Dude, are you okay? Are you all right, bro?"
I know. We get spoiled with your kindness.
Yeah. Dale Funix, they come from a Browning High Power. Tim Harper. Tim Harper, what's up, buddy? Are you going to the Wallmaker Gun Show in Tulsa tomorrow? No, I wish. Have you ever been to this?
No, but you told me about
The
it.
Tulsa Arms Show. Now, Tim, the last time I checked, it was 4,700 tables.
Wow.
And it's not beef jerky and jewelry. These are guns. I saw a table there with what was that original Colt revolver from like the Civil War? It's like $100,000
The only thing I can think
The
of.
Peacemaker.
Okay.
or whatever it was. This guy had 3 of them on his table. I mean, every kind of gun you could want. The Wallmaker sorry. A lot of juice tonight, folks. A lot of juice. But the Wallmaker show in Tulsa it'll ruin you for every gun show moving forward. It is just amazing. I'm going to miss this one, but I'm going to go to the next one, I believe, in March. I think it's in March. They do it twice a year. Very cool show. Oh, ADXR 920 just joined as a little smashy on the channel. Thank you so much. More videos coming. So a shameless plug here. I do a join button. If you hit the join button, and then I do like private videos, like a little bit of behind the scenes, and I'm trying to get better at it. But I got 2 more behind the scenes videos I'm posting tomorrow. So ADXR 920, you'll be able to see that. I got like 15 or 20 channel members now,
Nice.
which is cool.
You do that from YouTube?
Yeah, so they can join and they can be channel members, and I just do like behind the scenes videos or just random. It's gonna be a lot more.
So you
random
join?
stuff.
They join for free?
No, they join. It's like $3.99.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. And so basically it's like a way for them to get a little closer to the channel.
Yeah,
Oh.
and all that money goes right back into the meats. Like the meat I just had, all the money I get from YouTube, I put it right back into the channel. Make sure my wife.
I've been at this for 11 years. You've been at this for 2 years, and you know more about YouTube than I do. How does that happen?
No nonsense, man.
You do.
Mm-mm.
You're always teaching me something.
You forgot more about YouTube than I'll know.
No, my problem is I don't care to read up on it.
Yeah, that could be a problem.
It's a problem.
Let's see. What's up says he's in Oakland County.
Okay, so we'll be potentially going back through Oakland County. Probably not. Where you split, where 75 splits off between 75 and 23. I typically take 23 to get to the metro area. Had I chosen 75 so many times, it would go through Oakland County.
Fluffy says, I'm still checking my mailbox for the Smash Time hat I won months ago. Bro, let's meet. I'm in town. Let's meet. I got 4 in the truck. Let's go.
It would be appropriate for me to wear that hat right now, no, wouldn't it?
I gave Dan one. He's going to use it for, I don't know. I don't know what he's going to use it for.
We didn't even talk about it, bro.
I can't pay Dan to wear my hat. Let's see.
You know, I'll say this. This here is a hat. It is Steiner. I have a Steiner MPS pistol red dot. If you ever watch those big boxy red dots on handguns, I've often seen these. Like you've got some that are compact and looks like they actually belong there. Then you have this big box, and they kind of look weird. And I'm thinking, I wonder what that's like to have a big box. Looks like it belongs on a rifle. Well, Steiner makes those, and so, and then I'm sure there are other companies as well. But Steiner, and so I have one now, and it is a beautiful red dot. I'm thinking I want to put it on a real nice handgun. Like I want to put it on something that is worthy of a $500 red dot.
So not a Kel-Tec.
No, and not a Gearson. Thank you.
Let's see, Dale. Will says, "Yo, Smash, you up north? Cold sucks, don't it?" Yeah, I was freezing today, and he's laughing. He goes, "It's only 45."
Yeah. Well, it is only 45, and you see people walking around with just a sweatshirt like I had. Every time the wind blows into his ears, he's like, "Ooh." I said, we come up here as a couple guys who leave our wives behind. Let's kind of keep that same, like,
Drink beer, shoot guns, have some fun.
yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, there's Rural King in Michigan.
Not that I know of.
What's Up says, I was at Rural King today off 23, bought a bunch of ammo. I've never been to a Rural King.
Rural King off of 23 and what? I'd be interested to know.
Maybe we could stop by there.
Easily.
You might see us at Rural King. 23 and 59.
Yeah, we could do that. Interesting. Okay. Well, before we do that, you bought a bunch of ammo. Were the prices fair?
Well, how are the prices there? Pretty good? Hey, that's what we should do. We should do a Sunday night Rural King meet. What the hell do they close? We'll meet up there like an hour before.
I would guess 9.
Yeah. Come get your hats at Rural King. What's Up says it's 23 in Highland Road in Heartland. I don't know where it is.
Yeah, we'll pass that on the way back.
Shaq and Greg. By the way, that is a great name. Shaq and Greg. I bought most of my guns at Rural King in Indiana. Dale says it's 50 here now, going to be 40 tonight in Houston. Oh, well, shit, I'd be freezing there. What's different, though, cold with humidity is a lot different than cold with no humidity. I think it's colder with no humidity.
You were talking about something about that today on 2 occasions. You said something about humidity and cold. I'm like, 1, it's not even cold. 2, it's never crossed my mind about humidity.
It's okay.
Like, this is how it is.
I got some beanies, so I'll be all right. What are some upcoming guns you're going to have on the channel?
All right. So one of the deals when we had made plans for Smash to come north was that we were going to use this opportunity to review each other's guns. And so we talked on the phone, we texted, and we came up with certain ones that he wanted to use and certain ones that I wanted to use. You're looking at 2 of them. The Eagle's mine, the S9's his. You may have noticed that the double stack 9mm 1911s are gaining popularity.
Oh, yeah.
And much like the single stack 9s back in the day. They are really the thing. And so he brought some of those, some other ones that are yet to be public, but they're here, and we plan to have a lot of fun. And then he asked a few things of me. Do you want to share?
I get to shoot. I get to shoot the Deagle because I've always wanted. I just turned 44, and I looked for a Desert Eagle in 44, and I couldn't find one because I really wanted to buy one. And then common sense kind of rolled in, and I'm like, no, because if I'm going to buy one, I need it in 50 AE. So I didn't get to shoot it, but I will shoot it tomorrow. And then the Stoeger double defense. Wow, what a cool it's over and under shotgun,
Yes.
Right? Can't wait to shoot that tomorrow. If you've never seen a double defense, just Google it. The Stoeger double defense. What a cool tactical over and under shotgun. I cannot wait. That's going to be the highlight of the trip. And then I got a couple little things we're going to be shooting too. Can't give it all away. Dale says lake weather is humid.
Well, we're
And there's a lake right outside the door, so maybe. Fluffy says I stop by Rural King a few times a week. All right.
So if he stops by a few times a week, that tells me that it's
Usually
worthy of going there.
Yeah, because everyone that talks about Rural King says it's the bee's knees to buy ammo.
Okay, so we'll stop on the way back. No problem.
All right.
Yeah, that'll be good.
That'll be our meet and greet place. So if you want to come hang out, we'll be at Rural King Sunday night.
We don't have the time.
Hold on, let's see when they close. We just need to get there a little bit before they close.
Okay.
Rural King. I put Rural Kink. It's not that kind of a show, folks.
It's not going to be that kind of weekend.
Yeah.
Okay, so while he's doing that, I will say that it is a pleasure for him to come to Michigan. We're planning this for quite a while. We had to come up with the right time because we both have families and lives outside of YouTube, way outside of YouTube that take priority. But it worked out. And so what happened was I've got this place in northern Michigan. I've had it for a real long time. And I told him this is an interesting story. My wife and I bought this. We were dating only 3 or 4 months. We bought this house on the water.
Who does that?
And it was 21 years later. We still have it and we love it. But the advantage here is that there's a range in the national forest. It's not actually a range, but it's a dirt hill with a nice little drive up to it. And then about 20 minutes a little west is a big pit. So it's a perfect place to shoot. It's outdoors. There's no range officer looking over your shoulder. And it's a lot of fun. And that's where I do a lot of my videos. I also do a lot of my videos on farmland, more downstate. But being up here is really where I love to be, to shoot, to turn around and talk to a camera and share my thoughts. And I think he's going to enjoy that too, because he typically goes to a range that's public and he gets in there sometimes when people aren't there, and that's cool. But this is, anything goes safely.
I like being unsupervised at gun ranges. It makes life exciting.
Yeah, and to be around people you don't know who may not practice safe gun handling can be a little cautioning. So.
All right, so Rural King closes Sunday at 9 p.m.
Perfect. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It's right there.
Okay, so do you want to tentatively say
8:30 at the latest?
Yeah, we could actually go 8 because it'll get dark earlier. So if we plan to leave by 5, between 5 and 5:30, we could be.
What about that Mexican food place?
Oh, come on. 8:30.
All right, so
well, the good news is where we're going, we don't have to worry about hunters bow hunting, so we can go earlier and then leave here earlier compared to in the woods where bow hunters will be. That's why we have to go between noon and 3 tomorrow.
Nice. What's up says Smash. You guys can eat at Black Rock right next to Rural King. Excellent food.
I see them around. I've never.
What is Black Rock?
They make steaks on. They basically heat up a rock, all right, and they make the steak. They cook the steak right on the rock. I've never eaten there, but people love it. They really love it.
We could try it. I kind of am looking forward to that Mexican joint. Yeah, it's up to you.
Sagebrush Cantina, Fenton, Michigan. I think we just have to go there.
All right.
It's just so amazing.
All right, so if you want to meet up tomorrow, I have a couple hats. We'll do Rural King about 8:30 at the latest. So
in Heartland.
Off
59.
Yes. So yeah, there you go. Meet and greet. You can show up and take pictures with the legend.
Oh gosh.
The legendary Dan, the firearm guy.
If you take a picture of me, I'm going to think so low of you.
Dan, what is the worst gun you've ever shot?
Kel-Tec P11.
That was quick.
I bought it with high expectation, and it was so disappointing. And then I made the mistake of shooting reloads through it, and then it gummed up the gun and made my life miserable. And so it was inaccurate. I was inaccurate. It was a disaster. And what's really interesting is that when SIG came out with the P365, everybody was saying, yeah, SIG did a great job, but the original,
Gotta fill up the juice.
The original design for the subcompact double stack 9mm, thank you, was the Kel-Tec P11. I'm like, come on. Can't you think of, come up with something else? The Kel-Tec P11 has a a trigger that makes a double action revolver seem light. It is very ammo finicky. It's all over the place on the map. And I'm not a Kel-Tec basher, but I'm also not a big Kel-Tec fan. I've had Kel-Tecs. I've moved away from Kel-Tecs just about every. I don't think I own it. Oh, I do own the P17 right now, which I like. I like that one. I have to say I like that one. But I've had several Kel-Tecs. I think they're okay, but I'm not overly crazy about them. How about that?
What is the most surprisingly good gun you've ever shot?
It's interesting. The most surprisingly good gun I've ever shot, I have to give that to the Car PM9.
That's a great gun.
It's a great gun. It's so small. You can deep conceal it. It is built like a tank, and it shoots so well. And you add all those components together, you have a gun that me personally, I feel confident with. It has night sights. It's all milled steel. It's built extremely well, and it shoots really nice for a little 3-inch barrel. And 3-inch barrel is not going to make a marksman out of many people, but if you have a chance, that PM9 will get you there.
Nice. Dale wants to know, what is your EDC and what was the progression? What was like your last couple EDCs and how did it progress?
Okay, well, the Car P9, which is a single stack 7-round mag, typically the Hellcat, big fan. Think it's awesome. Love the Hellcat. And if we're talking just guns, I got a Bolker auto blade on me right now. It travels with me everywhere I go. And what else? Multi-tools. Keep one in my vehicle. Not always on my person, but I always have one, typically at arm's length.
This is a scallywag knife that Dale gave me. Look at this.
Can I see it?
It's very nice. It's one of the nicest knives I think I've ever had. It's sharp as you can't believe.
That's like a 3.5-inch blade.
Yeah. So sharp.
Wow.
See, Dale, I do carry it.
Nice.
I do carry it.
It's got some girth on it too. Like
Yeah.
it's not some little small little knife. That thing, it looks like you cut down a tree with it.
Jeremiah, what's your EDC smash or first EDC fire? My EDC is a Springfield XDM Elite 9mm with a Trijicon SRO. Not a SRO, just a Trijicon armor on it. Love that gun. I can shoot that one so much better. I just did that video. Did you watch that video I did of me and the wife were shooting her 380?
Yeah, I don't watch your videos.
Oh, yeah.
No, I think I did.
Oh.
I think I did see that one.
Hey, I put the knife in my pocket, not my back. No. So yeah, it was a reality check. So after I shot that 380, I took my concealed carry to the range and I shot about 200 rounds through it just to make sure I had practice. So I learned my lesson. I think no matter what guns that we like to shoot, because we shoot with a variety of different guns, different triggers, different weights, you should always practice with your EDC. So I think every time I go, no matter what, I'm going to run at least one mag through it. I always have it with me. So.
That's a good practice to have. Most people don't do that. Most people avoid that just because they don't want to go home and clean it, and then you have the uncertainty if you did everything right after that. But you've been around long enough to know that you did take care of that.
Are you into bolt action rifles, and what's your favorite caliber?
Love it. It's funny because the first bolt action I had was a Mosin Nagant, and that round is just so, back in the day, that round, people were shooting 1,000 rounds or 1,000 yards at each other.
Yeah, did you get that one new?
This is so bad.
I'm kidding.
I love the 350 Legend, and a lot of people they rag on the 350 Legend, but I tell you what, if you live in a state that requires a straight wall cartridge or either that or a shotgun slug, 350 Legend will get you there. It's a lot cheaper than the 450 Bushmaster. And so I dig the 350 Legend. I have a Ruger American Ranch rifle and 350 Legend, and I do very well with it. I certainly enjoy it. And the ammo you don't necessarily have to buy it online. Like, not plug in Walmart, but they do carry it. If you're ever at Walmart, my wife goes to Walmart, some say, hey, go there, pick me up some 350 Legend. Still love the hunting calibers, although I'm not a hunter. All those bolt action
right
are super cool. Getting back to that though, 6.5 Creedmoor for those competitors out there, or 6mm Creedmoor. Oh my gosh, so flat shooting.
You know, the great thing about the 350 Legend is even during the ammo crunch and the ammo crisis, that was always still on the shelf.
And the reason why is because it's new enough where there are not a lot of manufacturers who created firearms caliber in 350 Legend. And it's one of the only rounds that you could use in a bolt and build an AR round.
Now, I remember going to Academy and everything is gone except some rifle slugs, then the 350 Legend.
Yeah, probably some 40 Smith & Wesson too.
No, that's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone. Yeah. Will wants to know, do you have a favorite AK? If not an AK guy, what is your favorite long gun in general?
I do have a favorite AK, and it is my favorite long gun. It's a Malat Bepper AK-308. The special thing about that rifle is that I got it about 5 years ago. It was imported by the Fine Group out of Las Vegas. And what happened was it was a new release. It was going to be a new thing. It has a side folding stock, tubular. And so it steps away from the big wood stock thumb hole design. And what makes that special and unique is that they had big plans for importing several to the United States, but the Malat factory in Russia burnt down. And so it became a collector's item. And at that point, there were only 300 in the country, and I got one of them. And the fact that it's an AK-308 makes it a little more special because
I would love to
some of those Malat folding tubular stocks AKs have been around, but the 308 was new, and there are very few. So I bought this rifle for like $1,250. I could easily sell it now for over $2,500, and probably more if I found the right buyer who knew what they were buying.
Well, if you keep talking it up, Will's probably going to be sending you a DM because he's an AK fanatic, and he has.
Is he?
Will has fine taste, and he likes not rare, but he likes uncommon guns.
Will, I could use your expertise because I have an M70 and I love it. I made the mistake of changing out the trigger, and I thought it would be an upgrade. It's a Elfman trigger, and what's happened is that I am getting a ton of light primer strikes with it. So I don't, the AK reliability and everything, I lost all that ever since I traded out that trigger. And it's really bothered me. It's kept my gun in the safe.
What's Up says, check out the new IWI Masada Slim. It's awesome. Been carrying it for 4 weeks now. So that's his new carry gun. Oh, look at this. Shacking Greg with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much. All that money goes right back into the channel, and I really, really appreciate it. He says, I'm a new viewer on this channel, and I've been watching Firearm Guy for years. Thank you for the content, guys.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I will say, when I hear for years, that means that person sustained a lot of bad videos.
He's talking about you, not me then.
Yeah, bad videos. No, I've said for years. And so I appreciate you sticking with me. I do a lot of commentary, and I lose a lot of people through Do you realize that when you make videos, you lose people from commentary? For example, if I start knocking liberals, I've got liberal followers. They get mad by that and they leave. If I knock a certain gun that somebody owns, they get mad by that and they leave. For somebody to stick around through all this, I mean, I don't think I'm that controversial, but people say I am.
Man, I used to get so much grief for the Glock guys.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I like Glocks now. Just putting that out there. But man, that first video where I was like, Glocks suck. I never got so many private messages in my life. Like, you just not shooting the right one. I mean, they were polite, most of them, but
Ugh, polite. They can be horrible.
it was rough.
But you know, like I own 3 Glocks right now, so it's hard to say that, you know, I'm not a Glock guy. The ergos on it just aren't the same as some other ones that make them better. Period.
Right, 100%. Will says, that's a great AK story. Very cool. He has a Vepr 12 and he's a big fan of Malott. Try the ALG trigger for your AK. JJ Rainey's in here. What's up, buddy?
Okay, ALG. I need to remember that. LG.
No, I know those guys.
Oh, okay, cool.
I can send you their information. Dale says, honest people always catch crap. That is true.
Yeah, but in reference to what?
Because you don't sugarcoat your stuff. So you're always...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, thank you.
Dale's a good dude. That's why Dale gets a lot of crap. Dale, he didn't comment. Did you see, Dale? You were probably grabbing a beer. Did you see? I carry it. I do have it, Dale. Because he goes, you don't carry. The one time he was with me, I didn't have the knife, and I felt like such a maroon. But I do carry it every day.
It's a heavy duty.
I like it. The Arms Man says, Dan, love the videos on fraudulent websites. What made you do that series? Was it a personal experience? Nothing beats your limp wrist test.
I've been trying to walk away from the lip wrist test, but you guys won't let me do that.
You can't.
The fraudulent online gun stores was just an outrage to me. And there are people on just about everyone that I did who came back and told me they were scammed. And that's why I did it. That's why I kept doing it. And it's easy for me. I could literally log on right now and do about 4 in a row before he finished a beer. The issue is
Juice.
Daddy juice.
Juice, yes.
The problem is people stopped watching them, and it really decreased my motivation to do it. The first one I did, it had, like, last time I checked, over 90,000 views, and I said, okay, good. And by the way, the person who developed that site is the same person, I believe it's a team of people, that are the ones on there telling you to contact you in the comment section on our videos. These are the same people that set up several sites. So getting back to my point though, a lot of people watched it. I said, okay, I'm onto something here. My goal is to help people from being scammed. And then I kept it going. And the more I searched for them, the more I found they're all over the place. And so once somebody purchases a website, it's hard to get rid of them. It's hard to turn them down. It's fraudulent, and as much scamming as they're doing, they own that site. If people pay with Bitcoin or some of those cash apps and everything else,
right,
then they will get scammed. They will not receive what they ordered. And so I did it as a community service, but people stopped watching it, and so it really kind of bummed me out a little bit, and so I stopped doing it. But I'll gladly start that up again. But when you do this kind of stuff, you really want the attention, because you feel like you're doing a service. If nobody's watching, are you really reaching anybody? So I appreciate you. It really motivates me to hear that you say you enjoy it.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? They're getting better and better about, they take your identity. Before they would add all kind of symbols and stuff. Now the one I was blocking today on my channel is just, he took my photo, my name, and just went on, hey man, thanks for watching the video. Do me a favor and email me at this, and I got something for you.
You want a prize.
And it looked like something I would say, because that's how I'm not exactly this most sophisticated. But yeah, I will never email you from a chat. I'll say email me directly on the smash_time at Yahoo, and then we can chit chat back and forth. Or Instagram is another great way to get a hold of me, but not through YouTube. But a lot of people fall for that stuff, and you can't fault them for it.
They get scammed on a regular basis, and these people are wise enough to put firearms in there with prices that are a little bit less than the lowest price you're going to find anywhere else. And here These guys are thinking they received the best price for the gun or ammo or whatever gear they were looking for, and they get totally scammed. And that was the motivation behind it.
Yeah. Jesus in the chat says, someone happened to me today. See? I know. I went on today and I just, yeah, someone pretending to be me was telling me.
Mm-hmm.
My wife sent me a picture. Apparently, like it emailed a lot of people. Dale says, some tried it on me the other day. It's stupid. But you know what? For every 1,000 people that they send a message to, I mean, they got to have at least a win percentage of 1%. And that's a lot of money for them.
Well, I've had letters to my house. I've had several emails. I've had Instagram messages. Yeah. I've had people reach out to me and say, "Is this really you?" I've said it on video. I've said on live chats. I put community posts out there. This is not us. It is a scam that eventually they're going to go for a credit card number, and It's a complete scam. These people are not even American, from everything I could tell. And, I was in touch with one because I was pretending to be a customer. Until he watched my video, he said he knew who I was and said, "I'll see you next video because I'm scamming your followers." And I immediately started leaving community posts and doing whatever I can. You block them, and then they come right back. And it's like, hang on, I blocked them. So you block them again. And you keep blocking them. They have so many accounts. These are professional scammers. And we want to use every platform we can to encourage people to stay away. Because you trust the people you watch. I get it. So do I. It's not us.
Yeah. So Jose's in the chat. What's up? And then What's Up is heading to bed. Hey, so I'll see you at Rural King 8:30 on Sunday. You should be able to make that pretty easy.
I think so, because we can go to the range earlier.
Yeah, so 8:30, Rural King. And where's that?
Heartland.
I'll put a link in the... I'll put a post out tomorrow with all the details. But I think that'd be cool, man. Come out. I got a couple hats with me. I think I got 5 or 6 hats. And some stickers and stuff. And then you can meet Dan, the firearm guy.
Whoopee!
All right, Fluffy, Fluffy said he got a few. He said he messages them back and gives them crap. What I get, you know what I got? This is messed up. So my dad died like 4 years ago, right? Last year, someone took his Facebook picture and his name and emailed me, "Hey, you're interested in some Bitcoin?" And I'm like, so my dead dad came back trying to sell me Bitcoin. I was like, no, I'm really not.
Wow.
I was like, even in death, he's trying to sell me shit. JJ says, save one for me. I'll see you Sunday, 8:30. Carolina EDC says, hola, ¿qué pasa? ¿Qué pasó? That's all the Spanish I know, guys. That's it. I'll practice at the Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Let's see. What else do we have here? That's it. Any more questions for Dan the Man before we go? Gun questions.
How long have we been on?
We have been on exactly 1 hour.
Wow.
Time.
This is nice. And I like your followers do a phenomenal job.
Don't tell them that. Then they're gonna get all big-headed.
They should be. Yeah. Well, they're you know what? They're big-headed because they follow Smash Time. You don't get any better than that. So then they're like, hey, I follow Smash Time. I know what's going on.
So Jason in the chat is guessing we're drinking tequila. Not tequila. It's Ultra juice. It's Ultra juice. JJ Rainey, what is your favorite gun? Did we already go over that? What's your favorite all-time gun ever? Like, you just... House is burning down. You can only take one gun with you.
Easy. Colt Python. Now, what's interesting about the Python is
that
you have to tell people. Mine specifically is a 1994 model. It's not the same as this mass production model that Colt came out with.
That doesn't work very good.
Well, it had its share of issues, which is not surprising to me. And that also kind of negates
How can they not remake a gun they made perfect the first time?
because they handcrafted them before. Now they're doing machinery.
Oh,
Okay,
that makes sense.
They handcrafted them, they hand polished them. They were experts at their trade. Those people all left. They got rid of the machinery, and then they get in this new modern stuff. But every time I hear revolvers never fail,
Yeah, right.
that cylinder will lock up, and you'll be in trouble.
Yeah.
So the Colt Python, and I want to also say this: I bought that on a steal of a deal. And the seller had one requirement. He said, I don't know you, but I kind of like you. I said, I like you too. He said, the only thing I want is what I paid for it back in 94. Like, who gets that deal? He goes, I know what these are worth. But if you promise me you'll love this gun as much as I did for all these years, I'll sell it to you for the price. And I like wanted. I like almost started crying.
Wow.
I was like blown away. That is a true patriot right there.
What a sucker. No, I'm kidding.
I felt bad because
that's a great deal.
But I said to him, I said, you realize the price you're or the price that you're asking, you could get much more. He goes, I know. I want to know that you're going to love this as much as I have for all these years.
So what did you pay for that?
It was about 6 years ago. I paid what he paid for it, which was $1,200 back in '94.
Wow.
And that gun, if I needed to for any specific reason, I could sell it for closer to $3,000 now. But about 3 or 4 years after, he watches my videos, some of them, especially the ones that have that in there, and we come into contact on occasion. It's sort of like a friend of a friend, so it's not like we cross circles. And he said, you are the person I was looking to sell that gun to.
That's deep.
And I felt so proud. I said thank you, and you can be assured that it's in good hands. Man, it's like I want to cry now.
Man, look, Dan's getting all emotional in here.
This is serious.
This is
deep. Because the reason why this is so deep is because I wanted a Colt Python for so many years, and I really wanted one in stainless. But I said, I'll take a blue. I don't care. I want a Colt Python, and I figured I would have to save and save and save and save. And then this came out of nowhere, and then when I hear him say, "You're the guy I wanted because I could see you love that gun as much as I do." So now it's not just the gun. There's a part of him that is within that gun, and the fact that he said he sold it to the right guy because he could see my love and desire for that gun, it just means so much. So it's got more value than just money.
Man, that's deep.
I got like goosebumps right now.
That's deep. That's a great story. That's so cool. Like, honestly, I've sold guns at, not a loss, but I've sold guns and I've given great deals to people I know that would really cherish it. Like, if you saw that video when I gave that AR pistol to Levi, I knew he was looking at it and he was itching to get it, but he had just moved to Texas. He didn't really have the money to get one yet. Man, he texted me so much. He was so thankful. And it's cool. It's cool when you can get a deal and give a deal like that to somebody. That is awesome. Vanessa Kitty's in the chat. Welcome. Haven't seen you in a minute. Gort says, I have a 1984 Python and agree with Dan. And Boss Hog says, the juice must be strong. Not really, but you can drink enough of it. It's all right. Milk. It's chocolate milk. Let's see. I think that's it. I think that's it for the chat. All right. So remember, since we're doing an impromptu meet and greet at Rural King, Sunday, 8:30. Where is that?
Heartland off 59.
Heartland off 59. So you want to come out and hang out? I don't think I left most of the hats in my truck. So I got a couple hats. I got some stickers and stuff, man. Come hang out, meet Dan the man, and we'll have a good time. All right, guys. And let's see. Everyone in the chat, thank you guys so much. I really, really appreciate all you guys hopping on and hanging out with us on this Friday night. And I can't shut it off from here. I gotta go shut it off from there.
All right.
Well,
Well, good to see you guys, and we've got some cool content coming up.
yeah, for sure. Thank you guys for watching.